Good afternoon, Nick. Thank you for taking this time to talk to us. Can you tell me, please, what your main observations have been since joining Ebiquity as CEO?
Yeah, well, hello, Fiona, and thanks for that. Um, I've been very impressed with a range of assets that we have. And I suppose the right starting point, the appropriate starting point is our people. We have a really exceptionally strong pool of highly smart, highly intelligent people that are real subject matter experts. So that's obviously a very, very good place to start. And then it's also really noticeable to me how outstanding our client roster is. I come from the agency sector, and any agency would kill to have a client roster like this. It's quite extraordinary. We work with about 70 of the world's top 100 advertisers. So amongst the most sophisticated blue chip marketers there are globally. So that gives us a tremendous base of customers. I think it's also very noticeable that we are an independent organization. And as I've spoken to clients, they have reiterated to me how much they value our independence. They struggle in the marketplace to get objective third-party advice. Everybody is trying to sell them something. All we are selling is advice based on our broad visibility across the market. So we can see what good looks like. And they know we're offering that point of view based on impartiality and based on our broad visibility across the market. So that's really important. I've also discovered, and this isn't new, I knew this from my time prior to joining the company, but I've discovered we've got a really good brand reputation. We are respected, we are viewed to have strong integrity, and we have achieved trusted advisor status. So that's really, really important. I've also noticed, as I've got to know this sector of the market better, that we have by far and away the best geographic footprint. So for a multinational brand owning company that wants our kind of service on a multi-market basis, we are really very well positioned to service them. And then I think finally, one of the things that strikes me the most is the amount of data that we have. This provides a real opportunity for us to turn data from information into insights that can be acted on to drive business growth. So I think there's a really good range of assets that the company has from which we can build and take the business forward.
So now you've had a really good chance to look around. What have you identified as the main growth opportunities?
Well, I think for a company such as ourselves, the biggest opportunity is where our clients face the biggest challenges. And the biggest challenge of our time in marketing relates to digital media and digital expenditure. It's well documented. There's all sorts of issues with fraud, brand safety, brand viewability, and wastage. We believe there are tens of billions of dollars wasted by marketing companies in the digital supply chain. So we think the biggest opportunity for us is helping clients identify and remove that structural wastage. We think that can have a very significant impact on client companies' business. So that'll be a major focus area for us to develop capabilities to help clients eliminate that, because it has significant opportunities. But geographically, if we look at ourselves, we are very, very mature, I would say, and established in the UK and Western Europe, which are markets where this kind of service is known, is bought by clients, and is well served by a range of competitors. If I look to the west across the Atlantic, the United States is obviously the world's largest advertising market, and our sector is less well served there. There is less competition there. It's interesting, I've been talking to our American colleagues, and the services that are well known in the UK and Western Europe are not so well known in the United States and not so frequently bought by client companies. But I think there's increasing demand for that. We have a constant narrative in the industry from American brand owners about concerns regarding trust and attribution and return on investment. So we think there's a good opportunity to grow in the world's largest market. And then similarly, if I look to the east, Asia Pacific is home to 2/3 of the world's population. The two countries of China and India alone are home to 2.5 billion people. My experience in Asia tells me multinational brand owners are focused quite considerably on gaining growth in Asia. But those Western multinational brand owners, whether they're UK, European, or American businesses, don't have it their own way. There's a lot of very strong, large, competent, capable Asian-based companies that are either dominating their own national marketplace or are now moving internationally. And Huawei is obviously a very well-known example of a Chinese company that's moved globally, TikTok being another. But demand for our services is less well known in the Asian marketplace. International brand owners certainly understand the benefits we can bring and buy our services, but the domestic and multinational Asian companies are, I would say, still at the fairly early stages of learning the value that we can bring to them. So I see a big growth opportunity in the Far East as well.
Okay, and now you've identified those opportunities, how are you going to address them?
Well, I think if we start with that digital opportunity, that requires us to look at our product and develop a product strategy to meet the needs of the market there. And what I've been doing, I've been in discussion with Ruben Schroyers, who founded Digital Decisions, a business that we acquired at the start of this year. And Ruben's got a lot of ideas. He's very entrepreneurial, very innovative. And I've appointed Ruben as Group Chief Product Officer. So we'll utilize Ruben and his team to further develop, build on the base that they have from Digital Decisions and the productized service solution that comes out of that business. We have made new appointment for leadership in Asia Pacific, a lady called Leela Nair, who's highly experienced, a lot of ideas, a lot of energy, and I'm very confident that she'll really drive our business to growth in the Asian region. We will appoint a chief client officer to put much greater strategic focus on our core clients and major clients, and to develop relationships, more valuable relationships with them. And then I have just appointed Cormac Loughran as our new business and marketing director, with a remit to drive a strategic, coordinated and coherent plan for our go-to-market activities.
How are you going to measure success?
Well, the two priorities, twin priorities, are revenue growth and margin expansion. So that's ultimately how we will be measured and how we'll view whether we've achieved success. But there are a number of metrics that we'll put in place to help us as milestones along the way. We want to develop more strategic relationships with clients, so we will measure our ability to grow client revenues, number of clients that we bill more than a certain amount of money with, and I think probably £500,000 is a good starting point. How many clients do we bill more than £500,000 of fee income with? We'll look at our revenue, or average revenue, or average median income per client, and we'll seek to drive that up. We'll also put in place client satisfaction scores. At the moment, we don't have a net promoter basis. We'll implement that in 2021. And really, because driving our digital product strategy will be core to the business going forward, we will measure the percentage of revenues we take from digital services. I also want to improve the efficiency of the business and the productivity of the business. We have a unit called the Scale Delivery Center already. We're going to build on that. We're going to turn that into a media operations center, and to assess how well we're doing at driving productivity and improving efficiencies in the business, we'll measure the productive hours delivered by the Media Operations Centre. And then finally, our whole business is underpinned by people. We will be taking a regular measure of our people engagement score.
Okay, excellent. So lots of plans for positive moves into the future.
Yeah, lots of plans. There's a great opportunity in this space. It's not easy. We're not naive about that, but it's a huge traded market, the media market, absolutely full of inefficiencies, and literally tens of billions of dollars being wasted. And my view is brand marketing companies really can benefit hugely by the advice and services we can provide, and get a very, very significant return on investment versus our fees. You know, we can save tens of millions of dollars and improve the business outcome by many percentage points through the work that we do. So I do think there's a big opportunity. As I said at the start, if you're a multinational brand owning company operating in many parts of the world, we are the people to come to. We have great capability distributed in all the world's major centres.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you.